What is going on, guys?
What's
Squad
good?
Talk Season 2, Episode 8. Over here in this corner, we got Danny Paths, a.k.a. the one that can't chop or play doubles or know how to produce or anything for shit. Over here to my left, we got Chase 40, Shorty 40, half a 24, half a 48, a.k.a. 24, but it's really the 40, so I'm going to put some respect on that for once.
Thank you.
Maybe, I don't know.
Appreciate it.
I'll still call you 24. And over here, you got the man, Martini, in the building. How you doing, man?
What's up, dog? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. We just, I feel like we all just woke up not that long ago. We all got our coffees in and shit.
Thanks.
It's a nice little Sunday afternoon, you know.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. We appreciate it.
I got you, man. I got you. I was excited. I was looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I can't be out late. I got energy in the morning.
That's awesome. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Martini. I'm 24 years old from San Antonio, Texas, and I make trap, future bass. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Martini
Yeah,
with the 4.
Martini with the 4.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We gotta get his logo right there.
And then we got Chase with the 4, but with an O.
Facts.
So, right off the bat, can we just say fuck the PR team? Because I got some questions, bro.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. It's just right off the bat. Fuck the PR team right off the bat. No, I'm just kidding. So what made you what inspired you to start producing, trap and future bass?
So honestly, dude, that what is it? Skrillex's I guess like to even start producing in the first place, Skrillex's Ultra set with Jack U.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like 2016 or 17. I don't remember. But I was watching that and I was like, damn, like I just really want to do this. So I hit up one of my friends and he like sent me this cracked thing of FL Studio and it was all broken, man. It wasn't working at all. And I was like, oh, like sick, I'm gonna start like producing. And I opened it and just gave my computer a virus. And I was like,
oh my god.
yeah, dude. And so I ended up paying, I don't even remember how much I paid for it, but I ended up paying for like the beginner version of FL Studio.
Okay.
And then I was like, yo, so like, how do I make music? And he's like, oh, well, you got to download all this. And I was like, well, there's more stuff I have to download. And so then I asked one of my homies who was already producing, he's like, dude, like, can you just show me the ropes? And he goes, yeah. So then that's when I kind of just started, I guess, like building my foundation and just like messing around with beats and things like that. But it wasn't until 2 years ago that I met Pyro and his best friend Heyyy, which is Wilson, and we did our first show together. And before then, I was already DJing and like I already knew like the whole dubstep, everything about it. And we did our first show together, and he's like, "Dude, do you like make music?" And I was like, "I want to make more music like yours." And
Yeah.
he's like, come over. So then that's like how our friendship started.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
So.
How long have you known Pyro for?
Our 2-year anniversary just came up.
Aw.
It's our friend anniversary. I mean, that kid, he's something else, dude. I owe him everything. He's awesome. So
He's insane, dude. Whenever we had him for the first time? No, it's I Can't Believe, right? Whenever we had him. Whenever we had him for the first I Can't Believe It's Another Stream, I remember I think it was Taylor who was telling us that he recorded a set in the morning, like the day of the stream, and he sent it in. And I think the first one he sent in was like 30 minutes? And then the second one he sent in was like an hour. And I remember whenever like everybody was like at Tay's and Adrian's place just watching it, I think at one point, some point in the middle, we were just like, this dude's been playing like nothing but doubles this entire time for an hour.
It's raw.
For an hour.
God.
And he recorded it the morning of. I was like, bro, how? What?
dude, I'll go to his house and all I hear is nonstop. Dude, he's always chopping, and I'm like, yes, that's what we want, man.
Awesome.
So, and it's cool because his family is all musical. I mean, they're all musicians. So
wow.
I mean, there's music all the time going on at their house. So
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Shout out Pyro one time.
Hell yeah.
Love you, Bubby.
Yeah, I think we have a future Squad Talks episode with Pyro scheduled.
Just tell him to brush his hair out of his face.
Can you remember that?
What?
But-
To brush his hair out of his
Yeah.
face?
There you
I know what it's like, so I got him.
go. So, how would you say the scene is down there in San Antonio? I don't know if you can compare it to any other scene.
Well, it's definitely growing.
Yeah.
So when I first started, it was really underground. There was a lot of like low key like shows and stuff like that. There was this place called, or there was this promoting group called Oblique,
Hmm.
and they were bringing a bunch of people. They brought Say My Name, they brought Illenium
Damn.
before Illenium was big, um, and George Toscano and Blaze, they were a part of it,
Oh yeah.
and so they kind of bringing up the scene and everything like that.
Nice.
Now it's kind of like it's so when like 2 years ago it came down, and then Vivid came on, the production team that I'm on,
Mm-hmm.
and they brought Nitty Gritty first. They brought what's his name, Rico Act. They brought Bilo,
Nice.
a bunch of other cool people, and so the scene's been really alive with that. But then COVID happened, so it's kind of like
Right.
so
Yeah, I feel that.
it's definitely not as big as Dallas, but it's getting up there. So
Do you
I have
think?
faith.
Do you think that in like San Antonio, like a lot of the producers and DJs down there just like know each other? Because I feel like every time like I hear like one person like in a conversation, I always feel like, oh yeah, I know like this other person,
Mhm.
and it's kind of just like a constant, just like everybody going
Yeah.
back and forth.
Dude, okay, so literally like San Antonio, all the producers and DJs here, we're all homies. Like it's insane.
See,
And we all help each other out. Like we'll go like nobody there's no bad beef with anybody, so it's sick.
That's good.
So it's like a whole like family thing.
See, I wish that's what it was like in over here in Dallas. I'm about to expose everybody in the scene up here, but
Damn.
not
Talk your
kidding.
shit. Talk
But
your
Well, the thing is that San Antonio, it as much talent that it brings, it really doesn't have a lot compared to other cities. So it's kind of like a unique in its own sort of way, you know.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, but it's also hard, you know. You have this unique talent, but San Antonio is it's the scene, but not the scene. So it's like going up, you know,
Right.
like Austin, Dallas, Houston, El Paso.
Right. So what would you say like the main music is, like dubstep and bass, or is there a how is the house scene over
I
there?
almost feel like it might be more trap down
Yeah.
there.
Dude, it's all. It's all
Everything?
like it's like dubstep, trap, house, techno is really big. But I think like whenever we have like our bass nights and stuff like that, they show out. So it's pretty cool.
You know, surprisingly, I would say it was more, I don't know if it's like me just getting more inclined with like, I guess, trying to find like, you know, other producers or DJs, but I feel like in the past like year since COVID, I feel like that's when I started like noticing like a lot of like San Antonio acts, and everybody's like, I don't know, just super talented down there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
Yeah.
either San Antonio is just like super slept on, or it's like a super hidden gem in terms of like the talent down there.
yeah, like he said, it's just coming up, so that's awesome.
Dude, it's definitely like hitting. Whenever I'll be like I'll be producing, and I'll get a homie like my homie M Rated. He's just starting or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, dude, like, can you help me with something?" I'll switch over, hop on Discord. We'll screen share, help him there, and then he'll go, "Oh, dude, like, sick, appreciate
That's
it." And then
crazy.
like he'll send somebody. I'm telling you, it's like a huge helpful community. I love it. So
Over
It's
here,
pretty
it's
nice.
almost like everybody just tries to treat it like a competition when it really shouldn't be like that.
yeah, I mean, you know, music is I guess like the thing that brings you together. And if y'all are too, you
Yeah.
know, like this, it's just it tears y'all apart. Not y'all, but it tears it apart.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the only like, I guess like the bad thing I have to say about the scene up here. Other than that, everybody's like beyond talented too, but everybody just treats it like a competition. It's just like, okay, chill. Like everybody doesn't need to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And it makes it harder to work with people.
Yeah, just a little bit though.
That's okay. A little bit, maybe.
A little bit.
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Okay, so do you still have, because this is like a question I want to like ask to hopefully like help out people that are like watching this that want to start getting into producing. So do you still have like the beginner version of FL, or have you upgraded since then?
No, I upgraded. I guess like the trial version is what I was using for the beginner, so you can only use like so many things. But now I have FL Studio 12. I don't know. I haven't upgraded to 20. I just like it. I mean, I don't feel the need to upgrade right now, but there's definitely a lot of learning. I guess my biggest like tip is to learn your DAW before you start producing.
Yeah.
Because dude, I can't tell you how many times it's like, oh shit, I gotta go to YouTube. I don't know how to do this. I gotta go over here, and it's like, I'm calling up somebody. Hey, do you know how to do this? Dude, it's literally on the screen. Where?
Because what I want to ask is that did you well, this might come with like over time, I guess, but did you notice like, I guess, like any change in like your production whenever you were on the trial version to like right now? Because I feel like most people, whenever they try to get into producing, they feel like they're super limited with what they have, but really you can actually do like a lot with what you're getting at first.
Yeah, in a way. I think when I was very first starting producing, I made an entire song like completely out of samples, like nothing was my own. I was like, okay, like let's just make it, call it out. And then when I sent it off to my homies, they're like, no, take it down. I was like, yeah, you're right. Let me just go back to the table. But no, dude, like a full utilization of your DAW now definitely makes it easier because there's just so much more that you can do. FL's cool, like the stock plugins and everything like that is, like I said, you're very limited. So especially in like the bass and trap scene, like there's definitely plugins and things like that you need to use, and just the stock plugins aren't gonna do it. So
dude, all I say is like anything that isn't stock, all you really need is just sausage fattener, OTT, and make sure you chain your side chain your kicks so they punch, and that's it.
Nah, dude, you side chain everything.
Yeah, yeah. You put OTT on everything, and you make sure you have at least 7 layers of it. Just 7.
And you just put 7 OTTs. Yes. You put 7 OTTs just on your kick.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. Not even on the synth, just on the kick. And on the master.
I want to hear it.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, jeez.
So, what would you say if you had to pick one playing moment where you played a show to go back that was most memorable for you? What would you pick?
Well, there's 2. The first one would be when I very first played in San Antonio. I got to play with the Vivid people for the very first time, and it was a toy drive for Christmas back in 2019.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm really nervous because I don't know like what I'm gonna play or what I'm gonna do. So I was like in my room, like making a mix, like literally maybe an hour beforehand. I was like, shit, because I was just so nervous. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I ended up just winging it, and dude, it was the best set that I've ever. It's my first one and the best feeling that I've gotten playing, because before COVID there was just so many people, and the lights were there. I've never played with I've never like played during like a production. So it was just awesome, and it felt really nice, and I was like, yeah, like this is what I want to do the rest of my life. Like,
oh yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna try and get in with these guys. Like this is my family now. Yeah. So I think when I did that, it was very eye-opening of the community here, and also like a challenge to myself to go, bigger and better.
Right.
But the second time, so we were at the Austin Gas Company, the Vulcan, and et cetera was playing, and Too Lit was before him, and me and George were just chilling on the side, and George knows Too Lit, and the CDJ messed up, and Too Lit was like, yo, come up here, like I don't know what to do with this. I was like, oh shit. So George started playing, and I went up on stage with them, and we were playing La Reseca, the Control Freak edit.
Yeah.
Dog. It was just like insane, because it was already packed because et cetera was there, right. And then I was on there, and I was like, I'm not playing, but I'll be hype with y'all. Like, come on. I was like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
So I think like me not playing but still experiencing like what a sold out show is,
right.
And like being on stage is like, okay, like this is for certain, like this is exactly what I want to do. Like,
that's awesome.
Let's do it. So I mean, it's a trip, man. I mean, I don't know, I'm assuming you have seen like whenever it's like packed or whatever, it's just like crazy, like it's insane, and then just like you can feel the energy, and it's just
right.
like, damn.
Yeah, I miss it.
So
The best part is like whenever
I know.
the show's just like packed to like the front to the back, the energy's insane. You just feed off of it, and that kind of just like pushes you to like, I guess, just be better and better as the set progresses. And even like whenever you're up there just going crazy, you can see like the crowd just going crazy with you. So that's what was fun.
yeah, and like my party trick or whatever. So, I guess I just really, really feed off of that energy and everything. So I'll just like scoot everybody back and I'll just throw a backflip.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Yeah, all the time.
That's awesome.
I did a backflip for OK, and he brought me on stage and told me to do it.
Oh shit! That's awesome. Hell yeah!
That's
I
funny.
was like, shit.
No
So-
pressure.
I know, and I've done. I mean, off track, but I mean, I've been in gymnastics a long time, so I mean,
Oh,
to
yeah.
do it just like that is easy for me. But there's some people that will try to do it and just eat shit. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Like that looks so easy. No,
It's gonna.
I could see people at a rave doing that.
I forgot somebody. It was somebody I knew that they would do that for the drop, and everybody would just freak out. And then they would just like, since over here, it's like a primarily like dubstep heavy scene. Everybody just loves their mosh pits. So this is before COVID, so nobody tried to attack me for this, talking about mosh pits and shit. But no, they would just like open up like a little circle, and then he'd do a backflip. Like everybody would like freak out. Everybody would like go up there and like run up to him, and, like hype him up. But then other people were like, "Oh, the mosh is starting." and that's how like an accidental like mosh pit would start.
Can you imagine like a mid flip, boom,
Oh
people
my
just going
gosh!
in?
I swear I've seen a video like that.
Huh?
I swear I've seen a video like that.
I'm pretty
Somebody
sure-
tried to
I'm pretty sure
backflip
we
and
have.
Somebody hits him before he lands.
Fucking
Oof.
shows, bro. That's what I miss. It was just like the stupid chaotic
Oh
energy
my
that was in
God.
it.
The people that you can't help but laugh at. It's like that's just funny.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. So since, we're in this stupid ass pandemic still, like
Thanks.
damn near a year later, do you think there's such thing as like being able to throw a safe show? Or is it more like, okay, like you're going to a show, it's like, okay, go on your own risk kind of thing?
Yes and no. I've been faced with both situations. So, I think the pod style shows are pretty sick. The 6 feet away with the whichever, as long as you have like your mask on and everything. Those are really cool. I think the problem is that people, it's the rave aesthetic or like the show aesthetic where everybody has to like be in the front.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, whoa, okay, like come on, guys, like I don't want to be that guy, but come on, like we gotta go
Yeah.
up to the front, back to our stuff. So I think it's tough to do so, but it can be done. Now the EDM drive-ins are super sick. Like I think right now that would be the safest thing for everybody. Just until everything's over, is just do like the EDM drive-in thing, to avoid everything.
Right.
It's hard, but it can be done. Like the social distancing and everything like that. I guess the problem with it is when it comes to a point where nobody's wearing their mask and like everybody's there, there's no social distancing, even in like enforced. That's when it becomes a problem, and
Right.
it's just like,
And
at that point you're just kind of like, why? So
It sucks. So it's like there's only so much you can do, because I remember like running into like situation at a show that I played, and I mean the most I can do is literally just stop the music and like ask people to like step back. But even then, what I noticed is that like not even like 2 minutes later, everybody's like back to like how they were. It's like, all right, come on, man.
yeah, we've definitely had what was it? I think it was at the EDM drive-in. There was people that were still there, and they got out of their cars to go like rush the stage, and Virtual Riot was like, he stopped the music. He's like, yo, I'm not playing until y'all get back. And everybody got back, and I was like, that's hard, dude. That's
Nice.
cold.
Now
So-
that was the same situation that happened up here. I think it was with Subtronics and like that lineup whenever they came up here, and I think it was during Al Ross's set whenever he was like, okay, there's way too many people up here. I'm gonna need y'all to go back. And they literally didn't play for like 5 minutes until like everybody went back, and then he just got back into it.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it sucks. I feel like it has to be like a whole group effort to try to make it like as responsible and safe for everybody, but there's always those like selfish people that like just do what they want, and then the people that like follow through with that or like follow them.
Oh yeah.
So it's weird how it's like hit or miss, but I mean there's really so much you can do.
Yep.
I'm just ready for this to all be over, man.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%.
A lot of the last show that like the last big show where we were in the crowd was Excision.
Oh, I know.
He came to San Antonio, man, and I was like, what? Like, it was insane. But
Wow.
And then the day after, it was supposed to be us, but it got
Yeah.
canceled. Still salty about that.
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh man, it's
So-
okay. We were sending love from San Antonio to y'all.
Damn. Yeah, I don't feel it. So what's your view or take on live streams?
Dude, I love them. I played. I guess I don't know if I can say it, but Zion will be my third one.
Hell yeah.
Zion will be my third live stream. The first one I did was here in San Antonio, the UTSA one. The school actually threw one. It was an underground music festival, and they had all artists. So it wasn't just EDM. It was like, you know, people who were singing, who were in a band, and I was like, oh shit.
That's cool.
And so like they reached out and they hit us up like, yo, you want to come? And we're like, yeah. So that was my first one.
Nice.
The second one, I don't remember what it was for. I just blanked out. It was a long year.
Yeah.
But I threw that one. That was cool. And we were recording all from our garage. So
Nice.
since we couldn't go anywhere, we just said, why don't we just bring the production here, film it, and we're like, let's do it. So
Like in a regular house garage?
we're in this like,
Or like a bigger garage?
yeah, no, it's just like a regular house garage, but
Okay.
it seems like a like the 1-car garage, you know, not very big, but just big enough.
Okay.
And dude, it was hot in there. It was.
Yep. We can relate.
Oh my god.
Because there's a stream that I was recording. It was at their old house, and we recorded it in the garage. And it sucks 'cause I kept fucking up so many times. Because it was like my first time ever trying to record like an actual set,
A
like
long
in general,
set.
Yeah.
and live. So I think we started it at like what 8, probably 7 in the afternoon, and then we didn't finish until like 2 in the morning. It was,
Wow.
And
it was
hot.
yeah.
Oh, the second set that I recorded for, it was the EDC live stream, and what ended up happening is, so Anthony here, Switchblade Dave, he ended up getting picked for the EDC live stream,
Hell yeah.
the virtual Rave-a-thon,
Yeah.
and they put it on Insomniac's. Is it Insomniac?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it's
They
just-
put it on. They put it on Insomniac's like channel, and everybody was going off. I
Hell
was like,
yeah.
holy
That's awesome.
But when I was recording, dude, I was so nervous 'cause I was like, oh, this is like for EDC, like we have to send it in. So I was like, I have to be like on point. And like halfway through the set, I fucked up and I started like getting like a panic attack. And I was like,
Oh, shit.
and so I just like backspin. I was like, can we start over? And they're like, well, I mean, we already recorded. I was like, shit. So it's all
That,
good. It's definitely, and I miss the like pre-show jitters. So
yeah. I just played my first live show on New Year's, and I was nervous.
Oh, really?
The whole day, yeah. Our first live show, 48. I'm a duo with Andrew.
yeah,
Yeah, and I had the jitters all day. It was so funny. That's what I missed just from the rave, but
yeah.
yeah, it was crazy.
That was your first show or
yeah,
your
first live show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we've
Dude,
played live streams since like COVID started, but that was our first live one.
Man, I remember my first show. It was just, I threw up. Like, I guess before I did, I was like, dude, I'm so nervous.
Like
what
right
am I
before
gonna-
you went on.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you even eat anything that entire day, or were you just too nervous to eat?
I honestly don't remember. I
Oh,
was like,
God.
I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I was like,
I felt that.
It's funny because like
No.
looking back at it, it's like I'm pretty sure we can all relate how we're just like so nervous about that, and it's like we always, even though it's still like the opening spot, it's like
yeah.
and it's like we're just nervous. It's like oh god, we're playing from like 8 to 8:30, and now we had like the better set times, or we worked our way to get better set times, and it was like oh cool, play.
It's always fun when you look up and you're nervous, and then you see people like groove into what you're playing. It's
Oh,
Right.
100%,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, I'm not nervous anymore. Like, you actually like this.
Yeah.
It's always like the first 5 minutes where you're just like still shaky, but then after like you get like I guess
Settled.
a feel for like the crowd's energy and like
yeah.
what they're vibing to. You're just like all right, locked in.
Oh
Let's go.
yeah. So whenever I very first started, I was DJing like what I wanted to hear, you know. Now as I've progressed as a DJ and producer, like I can kind of tell like, okay, when is it time to like switch that? Like let's do a fake out drop. Let's do a triple build up. You know, let's fake the crowd. You know, and I have this edit of Potions, and it's a triple drop to what's that? Pass out. We're gonna do it again. Now drop it like it's monsters.
Nice.
Oh, I think that's a Nexus psych edit or whatever. Psych song.
Yes,
That's what it is.
dude. I was like, and then like they just go fucking crazy. So it's like you go to like melodic dub to fucking rip your face off dub. And it's just like, it's fun. So
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That song is
definitely,
fucking iconic.
definitely throwing things in your set that just like spice it up. You know, give it that salt bay spice. Yeah,
I feel that.
it's pretty cool.
So you're better than me. I just don't know how to play anything but dubstep, but I just play like nothing but doubles and triples.
Dude, but I mean, still, like, that's the thing. Like, it's just. Oh, and here's the other thing. Making, or like just DJing dubstep and everything like that, in San Antonio, there's a lot of producers and DJs that do that. So to spice it up a little bit on my end, I consider myself like the human Frankenstein of like all of my friends, because I pull like genres and I guess song styles from each of my friends. So like, for instance, Switchblade Dave. I mean, he plays like Jersey and like that up tempo, like you know, like Speed House. And then Cause, he plays like heavy dub. George plays like that festival dubstep, you know. And so I was like, okay, let's just like bring it in, trap. I mean, why not? And so there's like edits. I'll play like mainstream music, mix it in with like a sick ass drop, things like that. And I guess like the biggest inspiration for me to like learn all this from is Tizoki. I don't know if you've seen his sets or anything, but they're very like
upbeat, up tempo,
up tempo, high energy. But it's all songs that that are part of mainstream and also like underground. So it's just like, hell yeah, like that's I guess it's the person I look up to.
Right.
So like
I feel
Tizoki and Crank That, they're just my
Crank That.
idols right now. So
Yeah, Crank That's good. I
Dude, I remember seeing him for the first. I think it was the first time I ever saw him live, and I remember like knowing that he does his own visuals or like his cover art or anything. Dude, that dude is insane, like incredibly talented. But I remember going up there or watching him, and he just turns around. He's just looking at his own visuals. He's just like I did that.
yeah. Oh my god, dude. I mean, Crank That, underrated, at least in my opinion, because I don't really see a lot on like the whole like EDM Twitter thing. But Crank That is hands down the GOAT. Like,
No, he is 100%. 100%.
I can't even find time to like finish a song, let alone email somebody my visuals. But this guy's over here working on an album, making his own visuals. Oh, let me make visuals for the album. I'm like,
Yeah, it's awesome.
shit.
Crank That. I feel like unfortunately
So-
he's one of those where everybody knows like his songs and his music, and they freak out whenever bigger artists play it, but he doesn't get that recognition.
Yes, 100%.
I'll go for it.
There's another person that's like this, Kayvon.
I feel like he's starting to get his recognition though.
Oh
Luckily.
hell yeah, with his Subsidia releases and Excision compilation thing, dude,
Hell yeah.
insane. And he's always been killing it. But his, I mean, when we saw him at the EDM Drive-In in Dallas, Adventure Club came, and I think it was in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I saw him play, I was like, this guy is amazing. Like, why haven't I heard more of him?
Yeah.
And so I think the song that I heard of him was Sober, with Slushy. I think it's Slushy. Or I don't remember. I think it's Slushy. But I mean, it's very powerful and moving. So I think in a sense, I want to, I guess like performance wise, I want to be able to send out energy and just like play songs that people know, while also trick them and say, here's something for you, psych, we're gonna switch it up.
Right. Hell yeah.
So it's just something that's just really fun.
That's awesome.
So
Everybody likes a good psych or fake out.
yeah.
That's why you have USAB Flow, bro. The king of fucking fake outs.
Oh my god.
The king of the high knees and the fake outs.
we have at whenever somebody's DJing, like, or we're doing a live stream or whichever, like we have a thing like do the UCB flow, and like we'll fake out, and then we'll like say like a vocal, and we'll go.
Oh my god.
He's the king of
Just
high
go
knees.
crazy. Dude, that
That's
guy's
funny.
cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he's super humble and he's super chill. I love
Oh,
him,
yeah.
dude. I love him.
I like his banana
Banana thing.
aesthetic thing. Yeah, it's super sick.
Yeah, it's very, very catchy. I feel like he was smart about what he picked.
Oh yeah. I mean, and COVID's brought out like the best out of everybody, you know, like everybody being home and like learning talents or new things. Like it's been a blessing and a curse. So I think UCB Flow definitely used this time to his full advantage and is running with it. And, you know, I commend that guy 100%.
Yeah,
So.
it's crazy.
I feel like COVID really was like a blessing in disguise for everyone, just because it gave them the time to actually like sit down and actually work on, you know, what they're doing. Because before that, like beforehand, I know for me, it was like I was always just like going out, like either going to shows or just going bar hopping or whatever with my friends. But since then, everything got closed down. I think like the first few months, there's like nothing to do other than me just going to work. So in that time, I really just like sat down and actually took shit serious. Because whenever we did the first stream, like the first ever Zion stream, I never took DJing or anything like that personally or seriously. And then I remember just being super nervous about that, even though we probably only had like 15, 20 people in the stream just watching. I was like super nervous. I just like actually took the time to like sit down and actually work on, you know, just DJing or whatever. But I feel like that's what everybody's been doing since the beginning. And they've kind of like built it into like this habit to just keep on working. So I feel like that was a really good thing for everyone to actually like get them to sit down and work for once.
I think the biggest part for me during like quarantine is back in March when I had COVID. I was in the hospital for 2 days because I had a super high fever, and I was like, damn, like this is crazy. Like I've never been this sick before.
Damn.
I was fine, ended up going home, but just like being in my room and just like feeling isolated and just be like, okay, like, you know, like the sense of reality hit me, and it was like, okay, you know, like you can either do this and, you know, go gas to the pedal to the floor 100%, or just get left behind. And it's like, all right, let's do this. So that's when I started making edits, started making more music, started you know, pulling Disciple had the remix contest and everything like that. So I did the You're Gonna Love Me remix to that one, and I was like, okay, sick, like a different BPM, you know, we're at lower 110, let's see what we can do with it. So just challenging myself like that is just something that I just wanted to take on. And I mean, I think when I released my first release, Trap Light, I wasn't proud of it because I guess during quarantine, I looked back at it and I was like, damn, there's so much things that I could have done better. So it's just like, okay, let's do something to improve, you know, what can I do to do better? And it's just like that constant like snowballing effect. So I think, like you said, you know, quarantine is a blessing in a disguise. But at the same time, it's just like, damn, you know, like like
how much longer can we go?
I want to get out.
I know, it's like, I don't want people to die because it's like whatever, but it's like, damn, dude, I don't know what's going on. So we'll see. I'm just gonna keep going at it and just see what's gonna happen.
Okay, so do you feel like, since in terms of like DJs and producers, since everybody's like really good like close homies, do you feel like there's ever like a fear of like getting left behind, or is it kind of like, oh, he's working, he's getting better, it's like I kind of want to, or it pushes you or it drives you to like improve, and it's constantly like that for everyone?
It's okay, so that's actually a good question. So I've dealt with that. So yes, we're all homies and everything like that, and you know, we still have to realize like, hey, like let's all push, you know, let's all eat. There has been times where, you know, they'll be dropping something sick, and it's just like, damn, like I gotta make something sick. So we're just like that content, like it's not who can do better, but it's just like, all right, what's next? You know, who's coming up? Like who's doing everything? So I think another thing that quarantine's brought us is it shows who's hungry. It shows who's about it and who's not. If you're not about it, it's still fine. We're still helping everybody like that. But like I said, it shows who's hungry. And I think now the people who stuck with it and the people who are releasing like good quality and it's like their production overall sound is getting so much better. Definitely shows. And I think Cause really, 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 I mean, he's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
From the start of quarantine to now, it's just, wow, it's insane.
That's awesome.
So definitely look up to him, and he's been killing it and everything like that. So it's just like, okay, like now let's all get back to work. Let's keep on doing it. Come on. So it's pretty neat. I like it. But like I said, it just shows who's really hungry. So it's pretty cool.
Who else should we look out for in your area, or any homies you want to shout out?
Shout out my best friend George Toscano, homie Blaze, Pyro, Wilson. I'll just list everybody, man. You got M4RTINI, you got Switchblade Dave, Havoc. He's up and coming, man. Who else?
A lot of familiar names.
Ray Floyd, he's a house DJ down here. Shout out my homie Ray. Shout out Vivid Productions on Rhythm Squad, man.
Hey, thank you.
So shout out Grindfest, shout out Zion, everybody. Dude, everybody on that whole lineup is sick.
Yeah,
so I'm excited.
I'm excited for that because it's like a bunch of like names that like I know of, but I don't think I've had the chance to see.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm telling myself, yo, sit down for these 2 days because you need to watch. You need to watch. Yeah. And I'm hyped for that because I've heard nothing but good things and great things about everyone from down there.
Oh, dude, it's fun. And my set, I made a sick edit in the beginning. It's amazing. So I think it's amazing. I really liked it. It was cool. So
yeah, I'm excited to see everybody's shit.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's really sick, he's gonna like DM you. He's like, yo, can you send me that? Can you send me that?
Bro, I have it, bro. I'll send it to you right now.
Do it. I'll listen to it right now.
That's all he does. He'll be like, yo, can you send me this?
ID, please.
That's what he does.
He's like, can I have that dub
that
plate?
one?
How do you okay, because I was running into this issue before. How do you think is the best way to go about asking for dub plates?
Personally, I don't know. I've never bought a dub plate before, but I guess it would just be like, yo, man, I like that song, whatever, like, what's the name of it? Just kind of like be curious and beat around the bush a little bit. Like, oh, like it's this thing or whatever. And I was like, oh, dude, that's sick. And then I guess I do it more of like the homie way. I don't really ask like straight up. I'm just like, I become friends with them.
Yeah. And
then they eventually send it to me. I'm like, oh, okay, sick. But I think like right off the bat, if you're gonna ask, I would just be like, yo, man, is there any way that you could send me some tunes for this set that I'm gonna play? He's like, oh, and if they say like yeah or whatever, or if they ask for like payment, just like boom, here you go. I think the biggest issue though, with certain people in the community, just on like an EDM in general, people will buy dub plates and then they'll just like, or they'll rip it, and it's just like, no, like why do that, you know?
I remember
I think.
Oh, go for it.
I think it's just keeping the whole like aesthetic. Like, I think my biggest thing is don't rip any edits at all, because I mean you're gonna get backlash for it. I've definitely got backlash for it when I very first started, because I didn't know how else to get music. So I was doing like SoundCloud to MP3 or YouTube to MP3, and I was like, okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure we all did that.
I didn't know the whole like, I guess, like guidelines,
right?
And I played it.
We didn't know until somebody told us either. We were like, we don't know.
Yeah, and Pyro came up to me because I think I played a Murata edit, and it was unreleased. He goes, bro, why are you playing that? I was like, I don't know, dude. It sounds cool. He's like, stop. I was like, shit.
Oh shit.
I feel like that's the one thing that everybody needs whenever they're first starting up, even because. Hold on. I feel like the one main thing that like a beginner or somebody that's starting up is, somebody to guide them or show them like the do's and don'ts or tell them the do's and don'ts. I feel like that's something that isn't really found out about or talked about until they come across that situation, which really sucks in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, it's the learning steps, you know. It's just we all went through it, so it's just kind of like whatever. I mean, I definitely help out a lot of people that I try to guide them into like, hey, like don't do this that I did or whatever. So sometimes like I found out about the what is it, the record pools, live DJ service. So me and George share an account, and there's just so much music on there, and it's just like, okay, I don't even need like SoundCloud or whatever. I mean, SoundCloud for the locals and everything, I'll download their stuff, but like the converter, like YouTube to MP3, like
Yeah.
that's a thing of the past for me. So I think it's just a learning process, and it's just that everybody goes through. So
Yeah. For me, I found out the hard way because I think I did like a triple or something, and I uploaded the clip to Twitter. And David or Big Worm, he was like the first person to ever go up to me. He's like, "Hey, how'd you get the Don't Slip like Pockles or Plockums? I don't know how you say his name." He's like, "How'd you get that remix?" I was like, I recorded it or ripped it." And he's like, "Oh, you're not really supposed to do that." He's like, "Oh shit, my bad." And then and then I uploaded another clip with I think Tokyo Bounce, and I got that, you know, legitimately. And then he's like, "Yo, how'd you get it?" I was like, "Oh, I got it from his Patreon. It's a Patreon Dubplate." And then after that, it just kind of like shows, or it gets you more respect from your peers, and I feel like that's something that isn't really like talked about as much either. But either way, it sucks that that's like the learning process for most people. It's they have to get the negative like I guess feedback first, and then that's how they learn. But I wish there's like a better way to kind of like understand the do's and don'ts.
Let's just make sure to say don't rip tracks.
I mean, even then, like, how many times do we always say don't rip tunes, and there's people still doing it?
I think the only people that know are the people, other DJs and producers that know. I mean, the crowd doesn't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I think the biggest thing is that I found out is a lot of, you know, like when you're DJing and saying, you're like, okay, this song sounds sick or whatever. As shitty as it sounds, like you may think it's sick and everything like that, like it has to be perfect, but the crowd, they're just there just because it's music, you know, they're just going. So I think it takes the weight off my shoulders when I realize, okay, hey, it's not that serious, like we'll get them next time. So it's okay, guys, we'll get it next time. So it's a lot, but at the end it's like, okay, you messed up or we messed up or whichever, we'll just, you know, live and learn. I mean, then that's just how life is. So
it was funny because I remember having this conversation with my friend where I think he was playing a show and then he came up to me. He's like, "Bro, how was that? And I was telling him like constructive criticism, oh, like do this better or like maybe work on this. But I mean, I always tell him like keep in mind like the only people that are ever gonna really like know or catch things are either DJs or producers that are in the crowd, and even then that's like what, maybe 1 or 2% of the crowd. Everybody else are just there to like have fun or like listen to music.
Yeah, it sucks because I can't go to anywhere else where somebody's DJing, and it's not because I'm wanting to be critical. It's just like it's just in the back of my head. It's just like, oh, say like that transition was cool, or that transition it was just whatever. Like you could like turn down his mids or something, but like I don't ever express that, but it's there in the back of my head, and it's just subconsciously, and I'm just like, damn, I can't ever listen to just normal music anymore.
I know what you mean, 100% what you mean.
So it's just like, but it's still fun. I really enjoy the DJing part and the producing part, as well as just like meeting everybody else. So
I feel like that's how you can like, I guess, appreciate a set a lot more now, is when, because you know what's going on, you know the technicalities of like what they're doing up there. So whenever you hear something that they're doing and they land it perfectly, you're just like, oh shit. Like the crowd, they're gonna like freak out either way to whatever you do. But when it's like, you know, your fellow, you know, peers, and they're like actually tell you like, okay, like that was sick. Like I feel
losing their shit.
You get a different kind of like appreciation and understanding of like what's going on up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh hell yeah. 100%, man. So if you're watching this and you want to become a DJ, do it.
100%.
Don't hold back.
This is your message right now.
It's your wake up call. Just do it.
Red flags, air horns, right now.
So,
is there anything?
What's that?
No, go for it. I feel like I'm always interrupting. My bad.
Wait, no, you first.
I was gonna say, is there any like topics that you probably like want to cover before you start wrapping?
Okay, so it's a common misconception that people think my name name is Martin. My name is Andrew. That's my real name. But it's super, super funny. They're like, Martini. Yeah, so it's Martini with a 4. So it's been a journey with the name. At first, I didn't like it. I was like, okay, let's just spell it with the A. And I was like, we'll do the 4. But the whole thing behind the name is I had a dream that all A's were replaced with 4s, and it was weird.
That's cool.
So I was just like, let's just do it. So we did it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the only reason it's Martini is because my last name is Martinez. And back in 2nd grade, I remember my best friend gave me the nickname Martini. Like Martini. And that's been my nickname my whole life.
Nice.
And so when it came down to music and everything, like, well, what's your DJ name? It's like, oh shit, like, what am I gonna go by? And I was like, let's just use it. And so I ran with it, and it's been pretty good. I like it. So
that's awesome.
Definitely different. So it's pretty crazy. And then I realized, okay, well, the name has to fit the genre. And then I realized that it doesn't have to. Like Nitty Gritty, I mean, he's playing, he DJs house, he makes house, he makes mid-tempo, dubstep, everything. So it's just like, okay, it's just a name. You know, it's just
be you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I like it.
That's pretty much it. So it's Andrew, not mine.
Andrew,
aka
but Martini with a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And put some motherfucking respect on that goddamn name, bro.
So you put a 4. You put a 4 where the Andrew is, right? A.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But then it's gonna be like four Drew or something like that.
There you go.
4 and Drew.
That's okay.
1 Drew. There you go.
All right. Yeah. So do you wanna wrap it up, or you want me to wrap it up?
You got it.
Why do I just gotta do everything?
Because you're smooth with it. We already went over this. You're smooth with it. You want me to say it again? You're smooth with it.
The way he looked at me when he said that.
He said you're smooth with it. He likes some air.
He liked it too much.
My girlfriend over there just watching it was like, you better watch out, bro.
She can't see.
Oh, okay.
I can feel the heat.
All right, that's enough bullshit for the time being. Squad Talks, Season 2, Episode 8, correct? Episode 8, coming to you live from the Brother Squad headquarters, a.k.a. Chase and Andrew's apartment, living room. Thank you, Martini, Andrew, for taking the time out of your day to do this. It really means a lot to us.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I mean, it was fun, so.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to meet y'all in person.
Yes, you too,
soon. No, but we don't talk about that soon.
Later, after COVID.
Yes.
Thanks. After COVID.
Thanks.
All right, everybody, signing out.
Deuces.
Later, dudes.
Peace.
Later.